We're here at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show 2024, where we have the Benetti 37M B.Yond Never Say Never Again on display. She's exclusively for sale with myself and the team at TWW Yachts. So, this is a yacht I know exceptionally well, having been involved with it from when we built it at Benetti all the way through to today. So she's very different from most boats of her size, much bigger volume in 431 GT. So while she's 37 meters, in reality, she's probably closer to, and actually bigger than a lot of 50 meters in the market. So here, some of the key features, obviously loose seating arrangement here. This can be configured. Actually, often the client changes how it's laid out with the loose furniture they've got here, but of course it can be changed if wanted to. Over on the port side, we've got a small little wet bar with a fridge, ice maker storage, and then having the dining table here, which can extend and shorten when required, is perfect for exterior dining. Compared to a lot of boats, it's very well protected as well, because we've got the big glass panels which protect you from the wind when you're placed at anchor. One of the biggest unique things about this boat is this, what I like to call a living deck. Basically from the stern all the way forward on one level, you've got open. There's no bulkheads as traditionally you have on a boat this size. So you can literally see from stern all the way through to the bow where they have a jacuzzi. So let's take a walk inside and I'll show you the rest of that. Here on the living deck, you'll notice a flush deck from the aft there, so it's a seamless transfer through. And we're into a lounge space, which has a projector that falls down from here, or comes down from here. And then there's a big projector screen that comes down just in front of the windows. You'll notice the huge windows here, give you lots of natural light. Freestanding furniture on both port and starboard side, so you can use a card table, what have you, in a nice lounge space. We've got a bar here, again, fridge and ice maker. And then we come forward towards the dining area. Now, unlike a lot of dining areas, this really gets used. I've been on board with the client, with the family, when we sit here and it's doors open forward, and it's a lovely place. And they've actually said they've owned a lot of boats of a similar size. They said they've used this inside dining table more than any dining table they've ever had on the yacht before, because of the beautiful view, but also it just feels it's that inside-outside flow and feel to it all. So as we come forward, you'll notice the beautiful spa. It's right here in the bow. But we added, during the build with the client, lots of things like the additional sunshades. So all the exterior decks have got these beautiful sail canopies, and it really has been a well thought out vessel throughout the whole thing. The one thing that's great on this boat is you've got an upper deck master cabin and the guests on the lower deck. So your guests will go down, but as the master or the owner, you'll go up. And that's where we're going to go next. We're up here now on the wheelhouse deck and owner's private deck. There's a stairway going up to the sun deck from here, but as we walk through the door here, we go into the master cabin. This is very different to many boats of similar size when they even have an upper deck master. The fact is you've got basically your own private owner's terrace, which we'll touch on in a moment. Right here, got the owner's bathroom and ensuite, and over here, we've got the walk-in closet with an additional storage closet just here behind us, concealed well. What I particularly love here is the beautiful big windows, lots of natural light. It's really light and airy. And you've got this excellent private terrace as you walk forward here. So you've got sun lounges, table over on the other side. It's a great place to just be in private and relax away from the rest of your guests, should you wish to. So walking forward here on the same deck, we have the wheelhouse. It has everything you'd expect from a commercially compliant vessel.
Hi, my name is Francois. I'm the captain of motor yacht Never Say Never Again. Today, I would like to talk to you about the very unique feature this boat has, and it's the Siemens Energy hybrid system called EcoProp. This feature allows us to choose from 5 different modes, from full diesel vessel to a fully electric vessel. EcoProp has many different benefits, but the main one, save on fuel cost, environmental impact, and engine and generator maintenance.
So we're coming up now onto the sun deck, and it's everything you'd expect. Huge deck spaces, space to have dining here, big lounge space at the back. I mean, this is all freestanding, so you could, again, change that if you wanted to. If you wanted to put sun lounges, easily achievable. We've got extra sun canopies at the back with a huge sun canopy over the top here, so lots of sun protection. And then we've got a bar. dumbwaiter that comes all the way from the galley on the lower deck, all the way up here, stops at each deck on the way up. We've got an ice maker, fridge, sink, of course, the barbecue. And then my favorite part on this deck, the seats forward. You can sit there while cruising, enjoying a drink. So we now come down to an amazing space. This is the, Benetti call it the playroom. It's really another lounge space. It's somewhere guests can get away if they don't want to be off on their main deck living space. So down here we have card playing table. We've got a beautiful lounge over on the port side with big TV, second huge windows, so amazing space to be when you're underway. And of course desks over here, so any of the guests or children need to do some work, there's somewhere they can go and do that. It's really fantastic. Back over on this side, we've got a concealed fridge in here with extra storage. And then if you're at dock, you've got a separate guest access from here on the starboard side. So probably one of my favorite aspects of this vessel is that you've got this great lounge space, but the guest cabins are second to none against any vessel under 500 GT in my opinion. You've got 4 double guest cabins off this living space. There's another cabin down below. We'll talk about what that's been converted to later. But the space that you've got for guests is unbelievable. So we'll walk in here and you'll see each of them as a fantastic double with desk, obviously TV. And then you walk through here and you've got a walk-through wardrobe in the forward ones and then through to a very expansive ensuite. So forward, as I said, the starboard one is exactly the same mirror image of the port one. And then we go aft here. Now these are very similar size, slightly smaller, but again, fantastic space, same size beds, same TV, same, just a different configuration. So there's even more. This is the boat that just keeps giving. We're going to go down now onto the lower deck where we're going to find a cabin that was originally set up as a guest cabin. The owner has taken that out, the bed out, and he's put in gym equipment. We still have the bed, so if somebody wanted to convert it back, we can do that. There's also down to a wine storage space, which we'll see shortly, and then also the access guests can get into, or crew can then seamlessly come through the guest spaces. So let's go and have a look at that now. We have the wine storage room, 2 small wine coolers, 1 big large one. It's got a mirror, so it makes it look like a big wine store, but still pretty decent for a boat of this size. And got a lock, so for charter guests or teenage kids, great to keep that all locked away. The 6th cabin here, originally built with a bed. The owner has literally just taken the bed out. We put some protective flooring down. So if you wanted to convert it back to another berth, so the 6th cabin, it can be put back together in a matter of days. Alternatively, use it as a gym, or if you want to use it as a massage room, or potentially, an additional crew cabin. The great thing is here, we're on the same level as where the crew go. So it also means you can be flexible with the usage of this space. We transfer here from guest into crew. So we've got a door here, right next to the gym space it currently is. Great for the crew because they can get back out here to service the cabins without disturbing guests and go through the rest of the boat. Amazing captain's cabin here, double cabin, great ensuite. Have a look at that in a moment. And you've got access back here, which will go to the engine room shortly, and also crew access into the boat without disturbing through the garage space. But let's go and look at the rest of the crew first before we do that. The stairway that I mentioned earlier goes all the way here, all the way up to the wheelhouse deck. The dumbwaiter is also from here. And then we go forward into the crew mess and the galley. So in the crew mess space, we've got ample seating here. The crew made a few modifications since delivery. They put a little peninsula here, just give a bit more service space for them. We've got a full height fridge freezer for the crew here. But then one of my favorite features on this boat, allows you to go the extended cruising you want to do, whether you're exploring the Bahamas or going down to the Caribbean or in the Mediterranean, where you haven't necessarily got fresh produce available. You've got a huge walk-in fridge on here that goes all the way out to the outboard side. Of course, the crew have got all the monitoring systems here they need, so they can really stay in touch with what's going on. And then right next to the crew mess, we've got the galley. And the galley that's really well appointed, all the equipment you could really need. Big wide oven, commercial extraction, big wide hob, trash compactor, local fridge and freezer, so the chef can provision from the main fridge and freezer in for what he wants for the day. And then we've got a commercial Hobart dishwasher for fast turnaround on washing up plates and things. Really has got everything the chefs. I mean, the owner has his own private chef he brings on board, who's worked on many yachts with him, and he said this is one of his favourite galleys that he's ever worked on. After the crew space, fantastic thing here is they've got direct access through to the engine room and up to the tender garage. So they've got private access all the way down through here, separate from the guests. And we're going to have a look at the engine room now. So we're now walking into the engine room. We've got twin MANs, twin Kohler 100 kilowatt generators, Alfa Laval fuel cleaning system, water maker. As I said earlier, the biggest thing this boat technically wise it's got is the Siemens hybrid propulsion system. So coming out of the engine room, obviously crew forward there, then we've got the separate crew access up into the garage space. So coming out here into the garage space, very different from most boats of this size. In fact, any boat of this size. You've got space for a Williams 6.25 metre tender, just about 22 feet. And then on the port side, and then over here on the starboard side, we've got space for 2 Sea-Doos and a rescue tender. Now this gantry crane extends out to the port side and then extends out to the starboard side. So you've got one crane here, which can launch both sides. An amazing flexible space, and somewhere where you can also store additional items. The owner here actually put another chest freezer in here, just giving it even more capacity for when he wants to do extended cruising. So we added an additional storage cabinet here for additional deck cleaning equipment, etc. So the crew have got easy access to get to that. The main entrance deck is just here, to going up the stairs, and going down the stairs, we'll go to the beach club, which we'll go into a moment. Coming forward, or coming over to the starboard side, should I say, we've got the 2 Sea-Doos, the rescue tender, but you've got loads of space. Additional storage for toys, cleaning equipment, anything you want. Just an amazing open space. In fact, you can open this out should you want to, jump off here, go swimming. Really is a fantastic space. So we now come down to the beach club space. The garage door is down at the moment. Obviously that folds back up when you're underway. You come through here, we've got a sauna over on the starboard side. The owner hasn't really used that, so he's used it more for storage, but it's there if somebody wants to. Steam shower over on the port side, and then out here to an amazing sunbathing deck where you can just relax and connect with the water. So over here on the port side, we've got another technical space. And back here, you've got the shore power converter. So this allows the boat to be plugged into the US or European frequencies, so 60 or 50 hertz, and also into where the battery compartment store is for the lithium-ion batteries that deal with the hybrid system. So it's all contained in its own space with its special protector boxes. So we'll have a look at that now. So hope you enjoyed the tour of Never Say Never Again. Thank you for taking the time to watch through the video. If you've got any further questions, please don't hesitate to get in direct contact with myself or any of the team at TWW Yachts.